I want her to help me be a better coach. We're both competitive. We're both stubborn.
That's the problem right there. You stubborn and you want to do things your way. If you riding for her, then why are you subbing her out the game every damn 3 minutes? Why are you subbing her out the game every 3 minutes if you ride for her? Why are you not creating a system on offense and defense that suits to her strengths? Why is there no plays run for her to get open looks?
That friction right there isn't just standard post-game tension. That is a fundamental disconnect playing out live on a national stage between the league's most scrutinized rookie and her head coach. The body language speaks volumes, exposing a tactical rift that is threatening to derail the Indiana Fever's entire season. So what is truly happening behind the scenes in Indianapolis?
Got some major news in regards to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, as it seems that Caitlin Clark may full on be signing this epic deal, this extension, and staying long-term with the Indiana Fever amidst all of the sabotage and everything that's going on. I think Caitlin Clark is stuck in a sunken place right now. I think she's dizzy.
The rumor mill is spinning at a furious pace. Despite reports of an internal power struggle, shocking new developments suggest that Caitlin Clark might actually be locking herself into Indiana for the long haul. This comes at a time when national media outlets across Fox and CBS are actively calling for her to escape a roster currently sitting at a mediocre .500 winning percentage.
In terms of her potentially staying long-term, surrounds her significant other, Connor McCaffrey. Now, we know Connor McCaffrey played at the University of Iowa. He attended Iowa during the same stretch as Caitlin Clark or whatever. And he's been with her in Indiana, and he's been pursuing his coaching career. He's coached, he was an assistant with the Butler Bulldogs last season. I believe he coached with a G League team before, and all of this stuff. Obviously, he's worked with Pacers before as well. You see his relationship with Tyrese Halliburton, and it looks like he's taken another job that will keep him in Indiana, and it has Fever.
The anchor keeping Clark tied to the Hoosier State isn't the front office. It is a major career move by her longtime partner, Connor McCaffrey. Journalist Scott Agnes of the Fieldhouse Files broke the news on Monday that McCaffrey has officially accepted a player development assistant role with the Noblesville Boom, the Indiana Pacers NBA G League affiliate. This keeps him just a 40-minute drive away from Clark's home court.
You've been at this for about 10 years as a head coach. What do you learn about player-coach tension, and does any of it change or not change because of the spotlight that's on you, the Fever, and Caitlin?
Yeah, I mean, this is not new. It's not a new thing. It's just new because everything that she does gets clicks. That's how everybody makes money, right? That's how everybody makes money.
While the off-court roots are tightening, the on-court product remains an absolute battlefield. Head coach Stephanie White claims the narrative of tension is purely manufactured for digital clicks and sensationalism. Yet, independent analysis of the Fever's offensive tape tells a completely different story. Critics are quick to point out that the coaching staff regularly pulls Clark from the floor in rapid 3-minute intervals without drawing up a single structured set to leverage her generational perimeter shooting gravity. Instead of building an offensive system around her specific transition strengths, the current scheme frequently leaves her stranded against physical blitzes.
And you don't like it.
Player confrontation / tension / coaching. 10 years ago when I was doing this, or 15 years ago when I was, however long it wasn't on social media. Like, that was just getting started.
Exactly. You was used to getting away with it. You was used to getting away with it.
Right? It happens in every sport. It happens in in all walks of life. So this is not anything that's new, and it's not a story.
The reality is that traditional coaching methods are clashing directly with an unprecedented wave of fan accountability. For over a decade, WNBA operations existed under a microscopic media lens, but the arrival of the 2024 draft class has permanently altered that dynamic. Front offices and coaching staffs are no longer operating in the shadows, and every single tactical error is immediately dissected by millions of viewers online.
Are better than not. I think stretching each other, like challenging each other to think differently, challenging each other to see things differently.
I'll be so glad when this lady gets fired. I'm gonna be honest, I'll be so glad when she's gone, bro. I just want a different coach, man. I just want a different coach. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Holding each other accountable to not just settling for what we've always been. I think we both have an intense competitive drive. I think we both have an intense desire to be the best that we can be. And we're both emotional. We're both emotional players. We're both emotional competitors. And, I think that
This brings us to the ultimate crossroads for the Indiana franchise. Will this intense competitive fire forge a championship partnership, or will the stubbornness of both personalities cause an explosive separation at the end of the season? If the organization wants to protect its billion-dollar asset, immediate structural changes are mandatory. The front office must reevaluate its roster construction, starting with backcourt fits like Kelsey Mitchell, to ensure every piece on the floor complements a fast-paced, high-volume spacing architecture. If the coaching staff refuses to adapt their philosophy to maximize Clark's unique skill set, ownership will be forced to find a leader who will.
This is absolute craziness, man. I hope she does not sign this epic extension. I hope she holds the Indiana Fever feet to the fire and forces them to do right by her and to fix this team, move on from Kelsey Mitchell, find someone that's going to be committed to building a system around her and pushing her toward her strengths, not leaving her out to dry and die on her weak.
This situation places an immense amount of pressure on the upcoming collective bargaining agreement negotiations. With player leverage at an all-time high due to massive television ratings and unprecedented ticket sales, stars like Clark hold the cards. The Indiana Fever cannot afford to waste a generational talent's rookie window by running antiquated systems that actively suppress her natural court vision and passing brilliance. If Connor McCaffrey's new coaching gig with the Noblesville Boom locks Clark into Indiana long-term, the front office has a strict obligation to build a legitimate contender around her. That means aggressively pursuing elite catch-and-shoot threats in free agency and implementing a defensive scheme that doesn't constantly leave her exposed at the top of the key. The era of accepting mediocre developmental years is officially over. The macro-level implications for the WNBA are massive. We are witnessing a historic transition where individual player brands carry more economic weight than the franchises themselves. If the Fever organization fails to optimize this moment, they won't just lose games. They will alienate the largest television audience the league has ever captured. Every single executive decision made over the next 6 months will dictate the trajectory of the sport for the next decade. So the question becomes, is the coaching staff genuinely trying to challenge Caitlin Clark to grow? Or are they stubbornly refusing to adapt to a changing basketball landscape? You can't look at this tape and say everything is fine. Tell me exactly whose side you are on in the comments below. If you want to stay ahead of the game with deep dive sports analysis, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We will see you in the next breakdown.